Hey everyone, BrickTales here in the Lego room, and this is our very first Lego City update video and introduction. So first off, we have this dresser, just kind of an extra dresser that was lying around, and I thought it would be a great surface to put Lego on top. And then while we're at it, we have some storage in the drawers. This is like 3 levels deep here. And, you know, storage there, and same with the bottom. And then this is kind of like the lower ocean level area. And then over here, we have the wooden structure that I built to store all of the parts below, as well as the rest of the city on top. So this is just as deep as the dresser. So that was kind of the goal. Don't go any deeper than the dresser so that it doesn't come out into the room, because the Lego room is actually our dining room. And that's the dining room table, which is also the build table. So then the parts kind of stretches out over here. Additional part storage below the window. And then eventually I'd like to have a surface above that that connects to this tabletop so that we have a L-shaped city. So yeah, this is the first part, was just cobbling together this wooden little structure here that kind of gave me a flat surface on top and some support legs and whatnot, some shelving in there to kind of hold the stuff up. And I used, just spare scrap wood for that so that it would, lower the cost so I could spend that money on more Lego parts. So that's the basis of the city, is this wooden structure plus the dresser, and then the top of the city has all the stuff on it. And then the backdrop, instead of having like a blue cloudy backdrop, I decided to go with a night sky. So then I added the stars and the moon, and those are glow in the dark stars, and the moon also has sort of a glow in the dark effect. And then plus we have the clouds now, so now we have added the clouds to the shelf. Here's a clip from a few months back showing when the black background was first put up, and also showing the shelf without the clouds. It's nighttime instead of daytime because it's Gotham City and it's dark. The latest addition is the shelf above it, which gives me something to hang helicopters and hot air balloons from. And then the last part is the pièce de résistance, the LED lights. Oh yeah. I did more, like a more front-on look. Looks good. It looks better than if you look at it this way, because I didn't cover the whole thing with clouds, just because it kind of used up a lot of the fluffy cloud material. So there's lights underneath the clouds, so that looks really cool. So the sky can be used for Gotham City blimps and various villain flying vehicles like this Riddler helicopter. And then we have like the random non-DC related stuff like this hot air balloon and the E.T. with Elliot. And then we also do have this DC Green Lantern jet in the sky here. So I thought I would have a nice scene where the lanterns are flying around that. We have Bruce Wayne's helicopter on top of Wayne Manor. So yeah, lots of cool stuff. And there's going to be lots more to come. Lots of half buildings in the back, so that we have multiple levels to the city. So modular buildings right here, and then half building facades that are taller in the back. So that'll give me a lot of opportunity to build various DC related buildings in the background and have like hideouts for all the different villains, because we do have quite an extensive collection of DC related heroes and villains in our collection here. So that is the first Lego City update. So this is the introduction. It's a Gotham City with other DC stuff, like the Daily Bugle has been turned into the Daily Planet, and I'm toying with the idea of turning that into the Gotham Gazette or something like that. But yeah, that would probably be in this area here. And then I was calling this city Brickburg in the beginning, and there's the Brickburg sign back there. That's kind of like the Hollywood sign. So I think what I'll do is just change that to say Gotham and then put Arkham Asylum on top so that we have like a nice hill with Arkham on top. And that will be what occupies the corner here. So those are a lot of plans that are to come, such as this roller coaster elevated train line idea that hasn't happened yet. But I was kind of mocking it up. It goes all the way around, goes behind, and I thought that it could be like incorporated within different building facades and whatnot, and then come around here. It just needs like support, and I need to develop this cliff area before I can support that. So it's always like this sliding scale of things that need to get done before other things can get done. Slippery slope or something like that. And there's a look at the dock area, which I want to make deeper and slide back. We had various like attractions here, like it was a amusement park sort of an area. There's the boating school area and the little rocket ride and the fortune teller. And I'd like to do all that, but make, more of like a Joker themed amusement park situation instead, and then incorporate all that other stuff too. That's the update so far. And now we start the build for the Gotham City Lighthouse historic site. So this all centers around a wave ocean projector thingy that I got on Amazon. So here's the order. So this thing is no longer available in that particular state, but there's several options that are very similar, like this one. And so this kind of projects the effect of water on the wall, and it has a remote which has different options including sound effects. So because we have this giant white orb to cover up, I decided to build this giant rock formation to hide it. So it has a hole in the side that faces the wall. Okay, we're ready to close up the top. Now you see the light, and now you don't. So I made a plate out of a bunch of green, supported on the bottom like that, and also with the edges. So there we go. We'll get that on there, and then it's time to start the lighthouse. So here you have the jetty that starts at the beach with scattered walking stones in light bluish gray. And then the rock face starts to build upward. You have stepping stairs that go all the way up. You have some safety rails here, kind of vintage wood looking. And then the rock face has the steep edge. The path is sort of protected on this side by rock formations. It's like it's carved out. And it goes all the way up into there. And then you walk out on either side. And then you have the top platform. This is where the lighthouse is going to sit. So there it is from afar. And what this big rock is doing is hiding the light that casts that effect of water. Also, the dual purpose of the jetty is that it hides this power cord all the way through to the light that's built inside of here. Oh yeah, there's another secret at the bottom here. A little bit of hidden treasure. All throughout we have some hanging plant life to give it life. And stuff like this stuck in there. Here's what the other side looks like. So now comes time to build the Gotham Lighthouse on Lighthouse Rock. A Gotham City lighthouse is featured in many DC media titles. In the TV series Gotham, in the 2015 video game Batman Arkham Knights, in the video game Gotham Knights, The lighthouse is situated on Cape Carmine in the 2004 cartoon The Batman, and also in the Lego DC Supervillains game. As a starting point for my lighthouse, I'm using the Scooby Doo set 75903 Haunted Lighthouse, which sits on a little rock formation and has some cool play features. I will also include the ghostly lighthouse keeper who turns out to be a villain in disguise. Jinkies! Okay, pardon the mess, but we're gonna open this one from Brick Loot. Okay, so, oh, that's cool. A free little doggy. Archie, the newest Brick Loot team member. That's cool. So, I take it that's not official Lego? Maybe it is? I don't know. And then what is this? More stuff. An I Love Pizza sticker. It's random. Brick Loot has the largest lighting selection to make your Lego creations pop. Ooh. Yeah, I want my city to look like that. Brick Loot story. Kid invented. And then you have $5 off any Brick Loot subscription. Oh, and there's the code. So if I don't use it, somebody else might. Okay, so here's what we bought. So this is supposed to be a rotating light brick. So I think it has 4 LEDs, and the circuit board just makes them kind of rotate around like that. So one will light up, then that one will turn off, then the next one will light up, then that will turn off, and so on. I think that's how it works. So I do have a USB power supply, and this goes straight into a USB. And how long is it? Oh boy. This is so fragile. So it's about that long, like a foot maybe. So it's not long enough for my application, so I'm gonna have to maybe get like a USB female with a longer cable to a USB male that will extend that. Okay. Let's go see if we can light it up. So there we have it. I guess the effect is always on. You just plug it in and it does it. So yeah, that's good enough. Okay, now we're going to try to find all the pieces for the speedboat aspect of that set number 75903. So we're going to go try to find all the pieces and then build that. But first, here is the light installed at the top of the lighthouse. And we'll show you the lighthouse in more depth in a minute. And there is the creepy lighthouse keeper. I think putting that seagull on top really added to it. So back to the speedboat, it looks like I'm missing some stickered pieces for this build, so we're gonna have to get those. This is what it looks like without them. And here's after. It's got all the official stickers from the original set. The only difference that I made was I modified the inside to fit this particular Scooby. Okay, I'm in the process of upgrading. This is the old version where I ran out of dark red curved pieces, so I used this ugly gray, and I used these dark red pieces here, and I'm working on replacing all that, and this is the new idea. And I thought, since it already had gaps here, I would fill those gaps with these cylindrical pieces. So I thought that would look cool. So I have to install this and see if it'll work, because I have to get that light, which has it has a wire that goes all the way through. I have to make sure that that can get into this one. That's going to be the hard part. Okay, here's that little space, little hole dug in the ground. I've taken off one of the boards. Let's take off the other one. And then you can see it's brown all the way around for dirt with the grass on top. But this piece right here is in there. showing the little rocky, dirty dirt. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now let's put the planks back on. And then that hides it pretty well for the lighthouse keeper, or the creepy keeper, over here. And that's how the original set had it set up. And then we have the rat. He stole a hot dog from the fire where the other hot dog is roasting. Okay, so here's our update with the new door. Creepy lighthouse. Used to be fancy with all that gold, but now creepy. Keep out. So now we have an overview here of all the lighting that we have so far in the city. So first off, we have the overhead lights in the clouds, kind of representing the moonlight, even though the moon is lower, but hey, don't look at that. And then we have the rotating lighthouse light installed, and the wiring for that had to go all the way through the lighthouse and the rock, and then through this, I don't know, rock formation here, jetty, and then down to the wires back there. So we have the lighthouse light, which I'm super stoked on. I think that's really cool, and the cloud lights. And then in addition to that, we have this invisible lighting feature back here. There we go. And at first it has this annoying music, so I just turn the volume down on that. Although, and there is a seagulls and ocean sounds option. And now we have the ocean water effect. So that was the goal with Lighthouse Rock. So this Lighthouse Rock formation is actually covering up the projector that makes the lighting effect. So let's go ahead and turn off the music or the sound. So that is the 3 major light components of the city. And then of course we'll have light kits for all the buildings and some of the cars. So far we have the historic Gotham City Lighthouse site, and the pathway goes from the beach onto this jetty, so people would walk across the rocks and through the sign and up the stairs, and then follow the path over to the lighthouse door. So currently we have sort of a quick mock-up of a Dr. Light, which is a DC villain. And in the DC Villains Lego video game, I think Dr. Light is a key feature of the lighthouse. And so we have Batman rushing up the stairs right now to try to stop Dr. Light from taking the light from Gotham, because he wants lightlessness. And then also a character we have here is the Scooby Doo lighthouse caretaker, who ends up being a villain, dressed up as a ghoul. And that is from a Scooby Doo set. So other features of the lighthouse, we have full interior, which is hard to see, but there is like a kitchen in there and a bed, or no, the bed is upstairs, but here's a little sitting area, and the kitchen. And then in the bedroom, there's a little bedside table, a ladder to get up to the lighthouse light, and there's a trap door to get into this area. There's the bed on the floor there. And then up top, the steps lead out through there, and there's a walkway all the way around the light. And we have these special stickered pieces that look like windows with some broken aspects, and then of course the seagull on the top. And then down below We have the fire pit where a hot dog is roasting, and we do have a rat that's stolen one of the hot dogs and is running away with it. We have lots of foliage, a nice little rock feature, a butterfly, some flowers, a nice little light outside, keep out sign. And then we have the grass sort of like projecting out from the rock work. And then on the side here, that's an actual Scooby Doo set with the speedboat and Scooby and Shaggy, and they can go through this area. And then I plan to have a rock formation that connects Lighthouse Rock with Wayne Island here. There is a little hole in the rock work, and then we have a swamp monster hiding out right there. And then so this area is kind of like a little cove. I might make a sign that kind of calls it what it is, you know, Gotham Carmine Cove or something like that. For now, we have the Gotham City Lighthouse sign. And then there's like a divider line, like a floating divider that separates the swim area from the rest of the ocean. And this is just a mock-up here of Wayne Island with the house on top, with Wayne Manor on top, and then the Bat Cave is actually in here. And so that will be connected like this. So I plan to redo the Wayne Island with the same kind of dark bluish gray and dark gray look instead of the mixture of light and dark. That'll clean that up. And then for the rest of the ocean area, the beach needs to be done, and then all the rock work that goes from the upper area down to the beach, that all needs to be done. And then I'll probably won't have the El Dorado Fortress. That's just taking up a lot of space. Instead, we're gonna have the whole dock be sort of more against the wall and deeper so that there's lots of room for building facades against that back wall. And then the rest of the city continues on that way. So that's the city so far, but really focusing on Lighthouse Rock, which is in its place. And this rock is covering up that water ocean effect projector. And that's why that was built. So this is the Gotham City Historic Lighthouse. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
If you want to see more videos like this one, please click the like, subscribe, notification bell, and all the buttons. Give me a comment down below if you have thoughts. See you next time.